final Motorola Moto X Play is here, and I promised you a game check. Here we use Game Bench because we can see how Asphalt 8 and Dead Trigger 2 is performing, let's say, live, because we have that value over here in the upper left corner, as you can see there. That's the real frames per second measured live here while I'm gaming. And so you can see, first of all, how fluidly is that game playing here on the Moto X Play, and second, you see here the concrete values over there. But don't judge my driving, please, because first of all, I don't want to present the game or how good or worse or bad I'm doing, just to show you this, for example, because this is one of the more advanced, graphically at least, with graphics concerning advanced games, and Dead Trigger 2 as well. So it's just here like that, and I can tell you that I've pre-tested this device, and I have to just have some more measurements, not only these few minutes over here, to get some average values. And I can tell you, the X Play has just a mid-class processor, the Snapdragon 615. Well, it's octa-core, right? You have 8 cores, but first of all, you just have 4 cores with 1.7 gigahertz, and the other 4 just 1.0 gigahertz, 2 gigabyte RAM. But all 8 cores in the Snapdragon 615 are called Cortex A43, meaning these are not so power-consuming, so power-saving cores, for example, to say, but on the other hand, not so powerful. And you see that here in the results, because we're stuck at around about, let's say, 28, 29 frames per second here. And indeed, in the values I did before, we had an average value of 29 frames per second. That's okay, it's kind of fluidly, especially because you have a stability of frames drawn around that 29 frames per second value is 95%. That's quite a lot, so really okay for that. But on the other side, the GPU, the graphic, let's stop it, I will show you. That's why Game Bench is here. You can see all the statistics in afterwards. 1 frames per second, what's that? Let's go into this, for example. Here we go, 30 frames per second and 94% frame rate distribution, as it called. So here you can see in that graphics how many frames really are drawn at or round about these median of 30 frames per second. So this is quite a good, not the best, but quite a good value. I've seen some ones with 99 or at least 100%, but way more expensive phones, and other ones that have been cheaper that just 30%, and you have a way more spreading, so meaning you have a greater distance between the good frame rates and the lower frame rates, so you see more droppings and so on. But let's go to Dead Trigger 2, because this is a more graphics advanced game. Let's first start with a quick view around here and then start walking. And as you can see here, already down to 10, for example, here 10 frames per second only. So you see that. And of course, all games I'm showing you here, meaning this one and the previous Asphalt 8, is of course in maximum graphics quality. Otherwise, it wouldn't make much sense, right? So here we are round about, a average value of 28 frames per second, and a stability of only 68% only. It's quite okay for that price. Here in Germany, in Europe, for example, it's 349 euros without any contract, including tax. So it's a mid-class phone, mid-class processor. So we do not wonder about these results. But I wanted to show that what it's expecting you. Let's go here and a little bit more action, looking around, and you see immediately, not at that time, okay. In regular cases, I tried this one, looking quickly around, and here we go, 18. So immediately the frame rate is going down, of course. It's no wonder. But again, let's stop here and go into statistics. Like that is a session we have just done. it was too short. I'm sorry. That's why I'm doing a little bit more in advance here. See, that was a session with 26 and another one here with 28 frames per second. And that's what I told you, a deliverance frame percentage of 68%. Let's go down again to see this one, and here see how much more spread this one is. So you even had some frames at 15 or lower frames per second, and a little bit more here that up to, let's say, 33, 38 maybe again frames per second here. That's the distance you have, and you see the difference now. So what does that mean? I guess Asphalt 8 was quite okay in graphics quality. What concerns the fluid playing, for me it was quite okay for a mobile device for $349. Okay, in my opinion. And on the other hand, it depends on the play you're gaming. So you have seen at Dead Trigger 2 that it was way lower, the quality. You have seen that in a video and in playing it in this game check, and especially in the game bench results. So that was, yeah, you can play, but it's not the best one, and let's say mid-range and okay for that price too, but you have to make compromises with that. So I hope I could help you a little bit with this, some first impressions here on the game bench of the Motorola Moto X. Thanks for watching, take care, bye.